a macabre verse of madness.
Trick or treat! It is I, Halloween Macabre, here to share with you another entry for the 31 Days of Halloween Spooktacular. Indeed, you were probably expecting me to share a Halloween haul. No. That would be a separate video. For this video, I wanted to make an entry for the 31 Days of Halloween Spooktacular to share with you some Halloween nostalgia. Oh, yes, indeed. I wanted to take you back to the times where Halloween Macabre would go out trick-or-treating and get that delicious candy, as Garfield would say. Oh, yes. One of the many amazing things about Halloween is dressing up in your costume and going out trick-or-treating and get that free candy. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, but to get candy, you need a candy receptacle. Now, it could be anything you want it to be. It could be a pillowcase. You can just take a pillowcase and have everyone dump your candy there. You could take a grocery plastic bag. I must admit, it will probably surprise no person that knows anything about psychology and the way I hoard Halloween stuff. But for a time there, Halloween Macabre was a little bit low on resources. You see, so the family couldn't afford your plastic receptacle, so yes, I had to go with a grocery plastic bag. The cooler kids would make fun of me because, look at that fool. He doesn't have a nice shiny bucket or something like that. He has a cheapo grocery bag. But while my feelings were hurt, I didn't really care because at the end of the day, I still got candy. Candy. So fuck those kids that bullied me. I still got my candy. And the only problem is that I would have to double up the bag so they wouldn't break and all my candy would spill over. But anything will do. But because of that, Halloween Macabre always did have a special place in his heart for the boo buckets that McDonald's would give. Yes, indeed, back in the day, McDonald's would give out in their Happy Meals boo buckets. These little plastic receptacles that contained your Happy Meal, maybe a toy, although there were some days where that I remember they had in the commercials the boo bucket and the toy. Sometimes they wouldn't give out the boo buckets, they would only give out the toys, which were usually the Fry Guys or Chicken McNuggets with little parts that you could build a costume for. But the things that I enjoyed were the boo buckets. Again, there was a time where finances were not well for Halloween Macabre when he was a child, but on those rare occasions, he was able to go with his family when he was a child. And if he was nice and did his homework, he would get a Happy Meal with the boo bucket. And Halloween Macabre treasured that boo bucket greatly indeed. He would proudly walk the streets with his boo bucket and an extra set of plastic bags because the boo buckets were small, you see. So what you would do is that once you filled your boo bucket, you would take out your plastic bag, empty it out, and then start all over again and get more candy. Unfortunately, like most things that Halloween Macabre owned when he was a child, they got destroyed by cousins or other people, or flat out thrown out by Halloween Mom Macabre. Yes, so many cool things got thrown out that I wish I still owned. And again, that might also feed into my hoarding of Halloween stuff. That the cool stuff that I had as a kid, or I couldn't afford as a kid, now that Halloween Macabre is an adult and he makes his own money, he buys for himself. Yes, some people might say I should really see a psychiatrist about that, but I'm happy buying the stuff the Halloween stuff that I have, so to each their own, I say. Yes, indeed. But, although I wasn't able to keep a hold of any of the boo buckets, sometimes McDonald's forgoed the boo buckets to give out the boo bags. Yes, indeed. these little boo bags, they were a little bigger and they held more candy than the boo buckets, but these were very fragile. I actually was able to maintain 2 of these because I could fold them up and not have them be such an easy target for them to be chucked out. I was able to maintain the witch and a Frankenstein, which I think I put into one of the Halloween boxes after taking some of the stuff for outside of the house. You see, I might have put the second bag there, but I had the witch and the Frankenstein, which I'll show a picture of here, if I remember to edit that. And these were pretty cool because they glue in the dark. But again, they weren't very good. The Frankenstein one that I have has the handles ripped out because that's the one I used as a kid, and yes, it's not in the best shape as this one. But yes, no boo buckets from OG. But again, whenever I come across pumpkin boo buckets or other type of boo buckets, I get them. So, not surprisingly, I have a sort of boo bucket collection. So, that's what I wanted to share with you, besides my little tale of how Halloween Macabre would trick-or-treat. So, first off, we have these little ones. Yes, indeed. I haven't seen this model of pumpkins buckets released. They're very different nowadays. These ones look like your pumpkins. So, but I was able to find an orange one, which is very peculiar. I was only able to find this purple one, which I think looks pretty cool, and this pink one, which also looks pretty cool. But I was not able to find an orange one, and believe me, I looked everywhere when I found these, but the orange ones, being the more popular ones, of course, I would assume would sell out the fastest during Halloween season. After that, I have this Nightmare Before Christmas lenticular boo bucket. I know this is not actually boo buckets. Boo buckets are for McDonald's, but I call anything that is a plastic bucket receptacle a boo bucket. And this is a lenticular thing, so you can see, hopefully the camera picks it up. You can see Jack's faces move as you turn the bucket, or his eyes. And anything lenticular is fucking cool. So that's one of the buckets that I have. And again, this sign doesn't look like a pumpkin like the other ones I showed. This looks like a bucket. So this is a boo bucket. See what I did there? Then I saw this one, and I couldn't find, again, an orange one. But I thought that this was pretty cool because it actually says boo. So it is a proper boo bucket. Ah! See? Boo bucket. Ah! Jokes. I have them for ages. Then I eventually did find an orange bucket. It looks like a pumpkin. This one has the stripes of a pumpkin, but it's not nice and round like the other ones. And the handle broke off. But yes, this is a proper orange pumpkin-looking bucket, but not round. I haven't been able to find the round buckets in years. They're usually like this, like buckets, which is cool, but I want the pumpkin-looking ones. Then I bought this one, which will probably totally disappear with the green screen, so I'll put it here. A Frankenstein. Yes, indeed. Again, it'll disappear. There's nothing I can do about that. And a Frankenstein, because Frankenstein is cool, and why not? And also have, I can take it out, a nice little kitty cat. Meow, meow, meow. Because of Garfield's Halloween Adventure. Oh yes, Halloween Macabre would watch Garfield's Halloween Adventure along with the Peanuts, It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and sometimes I would pass the Halloween tree. That was also pretty cool. But yes, a nice little kitty cat. Meow, meow, meow. Then, this year, last year, McDonald's brought back the boo buckets. And they sold out super quick. I blame resellers. Damn you, resellers. Damn you to hell. Yes, Halloween Macabre went looking to every McDonald's possible, trying to find one of those boo buckets. And every McDonald's I would go to, they said, oh, we sold out days ago. And I was like, dang it! Shoot. I wasn't able to find the freaking boo buckets from last year. I was able to get one, which I'll show, but I wasn't able to get the orange one or the green one. But thanks to Mexican ingenuity, who were always willing to pump out a mass-produced product that was popular a while back, at the dollar store for McDonald's, I got these knockoff boo buckets that look exactly the same. The boo buckets for last year's McDonald's had a couple of faces. They were smaller, and these are bigger. So win-win for Mexico. But they only chose one face as opposed to the boo buckets of last year that had multiple faces, which we will see. So this is the face of the little witch in the green bucket, which I thought is super neat and cool. Otherwise, I wouldn't collect it. Picked up another pinkish one. The happy little face. Look how happy this boo bucket is. Oh, I'm so happy. Fill me with candy. I will. And I have that. And again, you always have to get a orange pumpkin. A pumpkin. A nice, creepy looking, skullish looking pumpkin, which I love. I love you, pumpkin. I love you too. Mwah! Beautiful. And also this year, I found this one that's actually carved. As you've seen, the other ones are painted. This one is carved, and this one works really well if you put a candle, well, I wouldn't suggest a candle because it would melt, but an LED light, and it'll light up just like a jack-o'-lantern. So, win-win! And the last one that I have to share with you is the actual boo bucket. So like I was saying, it has one face, two face, three face, three faces, Yes, and the Mexican ones only picked one of the faces, so this was the ghost. And it came with the sticker thing that you can play around with. And, I also have little boo buckets. Yes, indeed, because why wouldn't I? Little boo buckets. Oh, look at them. They're so tiny and cute. I love you. But, yes, my one and only boo bucket from last year. I recently went across the border because I was helping Jason have himself a good time on Saturday the 14th. After his adventures in Friday the 13th, he wanted a day off. So he wanted to go to SeaWorld, and I accompanied him to take the pictures. But I went by a McDonald's, and I asked, hey, are you going to have the boo buckets this year? And the person at the store said that no, he doesn't think they were going to have boo buckets this year because of the whole hoarding of the resellers and what have you. So, unfortunately, I don't think there will be any boo buckets this year. But I'll still collect boo buckets wherever I find them. So, yes, indeed, good times indeed. So, yes, that was my boo bucket collection, my ever-growing boo bucket collection, because whenever I come across one that looks really cool, I pick it up and I display it on Halloween season. Yes, indeed, I have a nice little pumpkin patch. I have a few plastic jack-o'-lanterns, and then I have the boo buckets, and it looks glorious indeed. So, what were your experiences with the boo buckets? What did you use to get your candy? Candy. Let me know in the comments down below. But until I see you again next time with another story of Halloween of old, this has been Halloween Macabre saying, trick or treat!